Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again. I've just recorded a notebook cover and everything, and halfway through the battery died. So I carried on recording and I went to join the two together, and the first part of the video was corrupt. It would not let me join the two together. It wouldn't even play. So I'm just going to show you up to that point, and then I will attach the other half of the video to this one. So it'll be a bit confusing, but you'll hear me say, oh sorry, my battery died, it died a death, and you will see different types of cardstock. But I'm just showing you how I got to that first point before the middle of the video. So you'll see one half of the video, which is what I'm recording now, and the other half is the original video. So please don't take any notice of it. I'm just showing you what I did. So for the pieces for my beautiful notebook, these are A5 and you get them in packs of 3, and they're like £1 from the range, and they are half the size of a piece of cardstock, and I can't really wrap it around, otherwise it's going to be short. So I'll show you what I did to get it so it was bang on. So I took my lovely lipstick and I cut this to 5 7/8, which is exactly half of the A4 cardstock. And then if you put these two pieces together, you'll see they're both exactly the same size. And then you're going to think, well, how am I going to make a notebook? So what I did, I fetched in a piece of the lovely lipstick, which is again 8 1/4, exactly the same length as the cardstock, and we're going to do some lovely scoring. This then, I think, if I'm right, it's not going to cover that. I've got totally different designer series paper. In fact, I've got this one, but I've got none left. So I will show you a piece of card I'm going to use just to cover the front of this notebook, because I don't have any other stuff left. And this needs to measure 5 5/8 by 8, because it's going to cover this panel as well. So I'm just pulling out a random piece of cardstock just to show you. I may even, I'm going to use these beautiful flowers, or I might flip it and have these gorgeous love hearts. So let's trim that down to size. I don't know what happened there. I think because its battery died a sudden death, it didn't have a chance to finalise itself. So we're going to do it with this one. So this needs to be 5 5/8. Beautiful papers, by 8. Because your book is 8 1/4, I'm going to do that by 8 1/8. 8 1/8. So we'll just have a look. We can always trim it down. We can't add it back on. So it's best to have it longer than to have it shorter. So we're going to grab my score, Simply Scored. And what you're going to do, you're going to turn this piece over. This is 8 1/4 by 2 1/4. And you're going to score this at 1 and 1 1/4. So this is now becomes the spine of the side of my book. I've already packed my other one and addressed it up ready for the person I'm going to send it to. So I can't really take it back out to show you. You will see it at the end of the video though. You just won't see it at the beginning. I also made a male version, which you saw at the beginning of the other video. And that is, again, is wrapped up and is going to be sent to the lovely Ian Potter, who's stamping with Ian. And what we're going to do when we add this, we're going to add glue down here and here, and maybe tape, but we're not going to add anything there, because that is, if I show you now, so that piece fits over there perfectly, and that piece fits over there perfectly. So we're going to add that as a wraparound, and that is going to be the side spine for my covered notebook. And then we're going to add this beautiful piece, beautiful, nice fit, Absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm going to make a little side pocket for the inside, and that's where we got up doing the video. So let me show you this section. So the first thing I did was I added this piece to the back of the book. So I'm just going to use some Cosmic Shimmer because it gives me a little bit of wiggle space, and I need that for this. Whereas the art glitter glue doesn't give me much wiggle space at all. So I've got a fine tip on there as well with a pin. This also dries clear and non-sticky. I use this for when I'm making up my samples off camera, so because I'm running low of my art glitter glue. Once it comes back into stock, I'm going to order 3 massive bottles. That way I don't run out. So I'm just going to add this on there. And as you can see, it's more or less exactly the same size. There's a tiny little bit of overhang, which I do not mind in the slightest. But it's right the way up to the back of that book. Just get that glue off. Because again, this will go as a prize now for one of the for the monthly sketch cards. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add glue just down this side and tape. I think tape because last time I added glue to this, it went knobbly because you could see where the line of glue was underneath, which is quite unusual for thick cardstock like this. So you're going to see this bit, and you're going to see the original bit of the video as well. So, and I'm going right up close without going over that score line, because that score line is going to be where the side of the pages are. You don't want to be sticking those down. And I just thought it was lovely. So I'm going to add the tape on the other side as well, ready. But we're going to just do one side at a time. So again, either side of that score line, without going inside. I love this tape, it's amazing. Very strong. Trust me, my book will not fall apart with this on. Again, just add that beautiful tape all the way as close to the edge as possible and right the way to the top. And if you use your block, you can get it right to the ends without going over. So, rub these down, taking out any air bubbles. You don't want any dust getting under there because then it will come apart. Beautiful. And this is how good this tape is and how strong. You can take the backings off easy. Oh, I've got my fresh cup of coffee. I couldn't believe it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to lay this way down, just so I can get that piece right up into that corner and that into there. Just check for the distance and then just push that over and then rub it down. So that is the back of the book. This is the front. We don't have any glue down there because we need these pages to lift up. So now we're going to add this piece. Again, making sure that it's bang on. We're not gluing that, we're using that. So we're going to line these up perfectly. Remove our tape. On the other one I glued and you could see the knobbly bits on the side. So before we stick that down, we're going to stand this up. We're going to get that as bang on as possible. And then we're just going to lift that up and over. Perfect. There's a tiny little overhang at the bottom, but it doesn't matter in the slightest. Perfect. And if you want to be really fussy, you can open, well, you can't open that one because it's glued down, but you can literally trim that tiny little piece off And I'm going to do that with my scissors. Oh my, oh. It's bang on perfect at the top, so I don't know why it's loose down the back. I'm just going to leave it like that. That is beautiful. So that comes all the way over. Just going to make sure this is nice and creased. And that is nice and firmly put down. So there is your notebook. What we did then, I'm just going to put the lid on that. Look at it starting to... There we go. With this piece, we're going to fetch in our scored again. Oops. Things all over the place here. And we're going to score this at 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch, just on 3 sides. And this piece of designer series paper then should fit in there. It's a little bit short, so I'm going to trim a little bit of that off as well, because that gives me that little inside pocket. And just measure the gap. So from the score line to there is 3.5. So I'm going to take this down to 3 3/8. Just give it a little board all the way around. The lovely lipstick piece is on the inside of the original book. This is a bit of Melon Mambo, and for some reason that doesn't want to go across, but it is. If you push it into the corner, it's perfect. Beautiful. Just wants to keep flicking back for some reason. So that is perfect now. That is going to get glued into the centre of there. It's amazing you don't see it with cardstock, but you do see it with the foiling. So this book I will complete at a later stage, and this will be put up with a nice pencil. It's going to have a little gift tag inside. It's going to have a card front, which could be a card front, or it could be for a smaller notepad, so they can decorate a slightly smaller one, maybe, or use white paper on the back and do your matting for your layers for when you do different card sizes. And then you can just pull it out of your book. And I'm going to burnish these as well. And then you can just have all your layers ready on hand, save you guessing and measuring for different card types. So I'm going to put this away because I'm going to use tape. And what we're going to do is just grab our scissors. I'm just going to snip that off across to the corner. And that way we don't have to mitre and remove. So we are mitering and we are removing just that square. So when you pull this up, you've got that perfect mitre on the inside. Perfect. So I'm going to add more tape to my pieces. Right along the score line, using my block again, and then, oops, that way. There we go, it's got that angle now on that side. And we're going to get the angle on this side as well. Perfect. And then we've got the angle on that side. And this one we can keep straight. But they make lovely gifts. Absolutely wonderful gifts for people. You could give them to your team members with any promotional leaflets that you want to put in there. Let's open this up and then peel back our tape. You could put a little edge. I did on the male version one. and I'm just going to add that as a lovely little pocket. So I want to keep it about a good distance top and bottom and either side. It looks, let me just measure that, make sure that looks straight. Beautiful. So they've got now that in a little pocket. Just give that a good burnish down, taking away any air bubbles. There's a little bit of the paper at the side there poking, so I'm just going to smooth that out. Absolutely wonderful. So I can feel a little bit of the glaze come through there, so I'm just going to remove that with my glue eraser. That's off the tape. That's better. There's a tiny little bit still. I must have gone a bit over that score line. There we go. That is much better. Perfect. No stickiness there now whatsoever. So you've got a lovely little pocket. You can add a card front. You could add, which you'll see me do at the end of in the other bit of the video, you could put a card front in there, and then I go on to make a bookmark as well. This is not lying straight for some reason. Can you see it buckling there? That's why it doesn't want to pop round on the other side. There we go. It just needs, I think what it is over that score. See the score line? It needs to be in the centre. That bit is perfect. This bit is coming over the score line. So that's what it is. So what I need to do is just flatten that out. And then I can pull that up and give that a fresh score line. So be careful not to go over the score line. Pull that round, and then you can just give that a good rub that way. There we go. That is perfect now. It's sitting beautifully. Perfect. It's now wanting to come across, and it's sitting lovely. So now we're going to add our designer series paper, which is 8 by 5 5/8, just giving that little border all the way round. And for that I'll use my glue. Do we want that side, or do you want, I'm going to use that side. I like that. I think that is really pretty. Yeah. Now my glue wants to clog up. Oops. There we go, that's better. Fingers crossed it's going to come out now. Yay, that's better. There we go. Just tiny little border all the way around. I love it. That is wonderful. Now just give that a good rubbing down. Just to get rid of any air bubbles. And the next part of the video is back to the original, and you will see me then putting doing the card front. In fact, I think I'm just about made the card front, which I add inside here. take a little piece of Melon Mambo. I've got some more here, and that fits inside that gap beautifully. I'm going to add some more designer series paper to there, and I think that's where we're up to on the video now. Oh bless, I can't believe that. Normally it finalises the end of the video once it stops, but I just flicked the battery out to change it over, and it didn't give the camera a chance to rewrite over it and close it and finalise it. So it was a bit of a human error, mine. So this book will still go. This will be finished off and with a bookmark and a pencil and everything you see in the video. And this will go as one of the prizes now. So then we're going to add that piece to there. I'm going to put a label on this later. Just, or you could use it as a card front. You know, I'm going to put a thank you on there. You'll see that in the rest of the video, and then that is going to slide in there. I will also add a beautiful bookmark made from, let me just show you. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut it down to 2 inches, because that's where I'm up to. I was doing the bookmark. You can cut these down to any length you want. Use the tag punch and slide that in all the way to the end. Yeah, I thought that was... And just punch that out. And then I layer that with designer series paper as well. Just pop this away. And it all matches, so I'm going to cut this piece down as well. I'm just going to take 2 inches off the side, and then we can trim off the excess. In fact, it's going to be 1 7/8, and thankfully it's not a directional paper. So 1 7/8. And that piece will get adhered onto there right up to that point, and then trimmed off at the bottom. So I'll just do that quickly, and then I'll let you see the rest of the original video. Oh bless. First time that's ever happened. I've done it with a whole video and just recorded it all again, but I want you to see the original and the papers, and so you are just going to, by magic, it's all going to change in a heartbeat, and you're going to see the original, and you're going to watch me finish it all off. So there's that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And I'm just going to take the trimmer all the way down to the very end. And there we have that beautiful bookmark. That's going to go in there with some ribbon attached later. And now I'm going to love and leave you and let you see the rest of the video, the original video. Please don't get confused. So I will finish this off, and I will put that label on, and I will add the gems and jewellery that you're going to see at the end of the video. So thanks. I'll see you on the other side. Oh, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I do apologise that my battery just died. I just hope it hasn't corrupted. So I've got this beautiful polka dot ribbon, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little piece around the front, around the back, and I'm going to do the same at the top. Just pop that in there for a minute. Pin. So I've got a little bit of fast fuse left, so I'm going to do a little bit there and there just to add the top piece, and that's going to go round there. and then a little bit for the bottom as well. And I'm going to add this piece here. Just look at that, it's beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. So I'm going to pop this one on dimensionals. Oh, that one doesn't want to come off. Oh, there we go. Just pull in my squash them down. It makes it easy to remove, so they say. And then that one is just, ooh, that was close. I'm going to pop that right up here in this top corner, giving myself a little border all the way around. And before I press, I want to make sure it's straight. There, that looks good to me. And I'm going to try and make a bow. I find this can be a bit rough looking once you've tied a bow with this. You've got to be really careful and really delicate with it. It's no good on the bow maker, it just doesn't work properly. See, you've got to be really careful because you can't pull it because of the polka dots unless your gap is wide enough. So I'm going to pull that a little bit more and then pull. See, I won't be able to pull that out. Oh. There we go. So I'm going to fold those. Oh, no, wrong way. There we go, so I've got those little pendented ends on there. Isn't that cute? And that is going to get added right there at the bottom there. Isn't that beautiful? So for that, I'm just going to add a little bit of tape. And I'm going to pop that on there. My neighbours have just come around to explain that they've got guests round. My husband's telling them that up until 11, fine. After that, not a chance. So there's that bit of tape. That is just absolutely gorgeous. I love that. And that beautiful thank you. So let me find my pearls. I've got some there, but they're the wrong colour. And I'm just going to grab my lovely lipstick. And I'm going to colour a couple of these in. There we go. He's going to shout up in a minute and say, oh, they said so and so and so and so. And I'll be like, yay, I'm recording. So I'm just going to pop one right there. I'm going to pop one right there. And another one I'm just going to pop right there. How pretty is that card front? Now that could be attached to another notepad, like I'm saying. Or you can add paper to the back and use it as a guidance for maybe a card layering, you know, the layers and what size we need to cut them for what they are, because I know a lot of people write them down. I don't tend to, but I should, I think. So I'm just going to slide that in there, and I'm just going to, I don't want to ruin the ribbon, so I'm just going to use my pokey tool. There we go, there's that beautiful inlay. And now for, I'm going to make a bookmark, and I'm pushing that all the way in, and I'm going to press that down. We're going to make that as long as we want in a moment. We're just going to grab some more designer series paper. I'm sure I've got a thin piece here. That is absolutely beautiful. So that is 2 inches. So if I cut this at 1 7/8, there we are. And we can trim off the excess in a moment. See, all these, we've still got all this left from a full sheet, and there's still more, so don't let any of it go to waste. So I'm just going to take that right up just before that notch, and I'm going to glue that on there so everything tallies up and matches. And I want a nice long bookmark this time. Perfect. So on that goes. There's a slither of a border either side that you can see. So my cardstock was out of it at the top, but that's fine. I just want everything to match. So if I take that right up to that metal edge, that gives me that beautiful little border. There's that beautiful bookmark. Again, we're going to add some ribbon. I'm going to say about that much. And I'm going to angle the two so I know they're the same length. Nice to give presents and gifts to people you love, isn't it? Then we can concentrate on the front. So in through the back. Up and over. And we can mess with that now. Oh, it's beautiful. There's that beautiful bookmark, and I'm going to slide that in the back there as well. Because it's slightly taller, that is perfect, because that will tuck behind and spring back up once it's pulled out. And there is the absolutely gorgeous book. So now for our thank you. I'm wondering if I trim it down. Oh yes, let's get some trimming done. So I'm going to remove about, I'm going to make this 1 3/4. Perfect. And this I'm going to make 2 inches. Nothing's going to waste here. And this is 5 5/8. Let's just check. I want it right up to the end, so I want it right up to the end there. So if I move that, let's just see, 5 5/8. I'm just going to lay this on the top. That's going to be about near as damn it. In fact, that's perfect. Look at that. Beautiful. Look. That is absolutely gorgeous. Love it. So I'm going to use a bit of tape this time. I'm using up so much of my glue. And they still haven't got it in stock, so I've had to buy a little 2-ounce bottle. So I use my suck wang. Love this stuff as well. I wonder what time Mr. Boyce's going to fetch me a coffee up. Oof. He's so good like that. And fingers crossed this weekend I'm going to get him to record another card. I'm going to bat my eyelids and say, baby, please, but the ladies want another card. He did say yes. He is a good one. He's going to be, and I said once a month and he went, yes. It's nice to have something to look forward to, isn't it? So again, I'm just going to add this close to the edge. Nice little border. Oh, there's a little slither, so I'm just going to remove that. Perfect, and then that should fit along there beautifully. Oh, that is perfection. I love it. Love, 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 love. So again, I'm going to use tape, because otherwise I'm going to run out of my favourite glue. This is my favourite tape. You rub this down as you go in. Takes the air bubbles out. Who wouldn't want this as a prezi? These would be perfect little gifts to give to team members, customers even, with a little wish list inside and their new catalogues or the leaflets about new items and stuff. Perfect way to give leaflets. So again, up and over any bits. And I'm coming in this way, and I'm going to leave about a good, say, inch gap. I do hope that looks straight. There we go. I'll just give that a swoosh down. That is absolutely gorgeous. Who wouldn't want that? That is beautiful. So, let's have a look. I am going to choose the Sunshine Sayings, and I'm going to add that flower there if it fits. Just going to check. That's going to fit there lovely. There's a little stamp there that says Stampin Up. Oh, I wondered where that had gone. So, back with my lovely lipstick. I'm just going to stamp that right there. Like you say, you never know what you're going to get until you've finished, do you? Oh, I think that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Again, we're coming with the pearls and that lovely lipstick. Dark, lovely lipstick. Oh, wrong end. And it dries in no time, so you can go over and give it a darker coating. Beautiful. Just give them a quick look at my pad. It's really messy. So one is going on the centre of that flower. Beautiful. One is going just down here. I'm going to add one just to there. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. There is that beautiful book with, you could add something on the back if you wanted, you know, it's entirely up to you. You could add extra tags inside. You can even add these bits of, you know, foil that are left over that you've used, you know, so they can use them on something else. You could slide in the extra bits of designer series paper, you know, and let them decide what they want to make with it. You know, that's a wee bit big, but, you know, it's endless. I think that's beautiful. I'm going to keep those bits for another project. I think that is divine. You could even wrap some of this beautiful ribbon all the way around to keep it closed. you could attach a little holder and put a pen in there. In fact, I'll tell you what I have got. It's beautiful. Oh, no, wrong colour. I've got some of these beautiful pens, and I think one of those red ones will be beautiful. And maybe add a silver one to the gentleman's packet. So that one's going to go with the gentleman's packet. I'm going to fetch that in actually and show you. So I'm going to pop that in there. That is fitting perfect. I'm going to have, what do you reckon? It's a bit too dark. Maybe the red or the purple. I don't know. Or is that pink okay? I think that pink one. I've forever got pencils. I've got loads. In fact, I've even got these ones, but I don't think they'll go. Look, there's mermaids on there, there's Tutti Frutti, there's like the scales. Beautiful pencils. Oh, I've even got a little rainbow coloured one. Isn't that beautiful? So that is going with that, I think. There we have it. Oh, my little pearls come off. It's just taking a shifty walk across, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do while it's off. A little bit of adhesive. Where's the pin? Oh, there it is. Stuck to my finger. So I'm going to add that to there. And once that dries, that is never coming off. Perfect. They'll be fine. So there's my gift for my lady friend. And I'm not going to say anything, just in case it doesn't arrive in time. And this one is for the lovely Ian. I hope this sees you well, my darling. There's a bookmark, there's a card front, or you could literally add another pad to that, my darling. Watch this video, and there's your pencil. So that's for you, Ian. This is for, I don't know, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to force that in there. But that is going to the lady who I've made it for. This is going to the lovely Ian. So what do you reckon? Would you give something like this to a friend? Because I certainly would. And these two people that are going to receive these are definitely my friends. And I love them dearly. So, there's to another project, start to finish with you all. I love doing these kinds. And I'll be back tomorrow with something completely different. So, thanks for watching. I'd love a thumbs up and a share. Please don't forget to press the subscribe button down in the bottom corner. And if you want to see what I make tomorrow, please press that little bell straight away. That way you'll be notified of all future videos. Like I say, I do post every single day. So if you want to come and see what I make tomorrow, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.